If you have agreed with me so far, the question then becomes, when will you make the transition to cloud? You don't have to transition to cloud, and many of you will be making effective and efficient use of today's techniques. The issue is that as others make the transition, all you're likely to do is create a competitive disadvantage for yourself as they take advantage of the benefits and potentially out-innovate you. This phenomenon is known as the Red Queen hypothesis, which states the need to constantly evolve in order to stay still relative to your surrounding ecosystem. In the end, IT is an arms race, and you are going to come under increasing pressure to adopt cloud computing. Cloud computing is truly disruptive technology and represents a paradigm shift. We've seen the era of big iron mainframe computing with its centralized service model and dominated by the likes of IBM, Tandem, and Control Data. That was disrupted by the era of client-server enterprise computing with its shared service model and dominated by today's incumbents, IBM, EMC, Cisco, and Microsoft, along with a whole bunch of others. We are now entering the era of web-scale cloud computing with its self-service model, and what is interesting is that it is dominated by a bookseller, unencumbered by the legacy revenue models of the preceding era. So how do you get there? There are significant potential benefits associated with cloud computing, but there are also some barriers to its adoption. To gain access to these benefits of speed to market, economies of scale, focus on core, and pay-per-use, you need to overcome a set of risks. These risks fall into three main areas. Disruption risks that relate to the likely impact of the new technology on your business. Cloud computing pushes much greater control of IT directly into the business. There may be a loss of previous investments in technology or relationships as your IT supply chain is reconfigured. In extreme cases, it may significantly reduce barriers to entry into your industry and intensify competition. Transitional risks that relate to making the change. Making sure you significantly or sufficiently understand the new methods, learning to trust the new providers in your IT supply chain, and most importantly, ensuring you're on top of governance and security. For example, many application development teams are already leaking out into the cloud, dissatisfied with the length of time it takes to get service from their IT departments, without IT's knowledge. When making the move into public cloud, there are also standard outsourcing risks, making sure the business activity you are sending out into the cloud is suitable, achieving clarity on the pricing implications and the commitment, as many public clouds appear good value at small volumes, but less so as volumes increase. Recognizing the loss of strategic control. We've already seen customers moving from public into private cloud models in response to this, and not having a say in the provider's maintenance schedules. These risks highlight that it is rarely straightforward understanding just how your business can maximize benefit from such a transition, and raises a number of key questions. How does such a transition support your overall business strategy and objectives? How could it revolutionize your business and enable you to gain competitive advantage in your markets? What will be the business impacts from a cost, risk, and service perspective? What will be the key trade-offs you will need to reconcile in order to move forward? Can you afford to increase risks to realize cost or agility benefits? How ready are you to be a provider or subscriber of cloud services? Does your organization have the operational maturity to ensure you maintain control once the genie is out of the bottle? Which business applications are suitable candidates for cloud computing? Can they be virtualized? Are there any negative software licensing implications? Can the required service levels be met? What options are available for these applications that are not suitable today? Do you look to replace them or target a more traditional managed service alongside your chosen cloud? And the $64 million question, well, hopefully not. What investment is required end-to-end to make the transition, and when can you expect return on that investment? Answering these questions will help you begin to formulate your strategic response to cloud computing.